to go! Yahoo!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most egregious decisions Nintendo has ever made.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
Number 10. Upcharging memory cards.
Nintendo Switch is a home video game console. You connect it to your television to play games.
Memory cards have been a constant headache for Nintendo consoles ever since the GameCube days. Back then, it was tough finding a GameCube game in stores. Fast forward to today with the Switch, and it's a different story, one more about the ridiculous prices. If you're wanting a microSD card made specifically for the Switch, you're more than likely to pay more than what a typical microSD card costs. Luckily, you can just get a regular microSD for cheap, which is why this inconvenience is at the bottom of the list. But if you absolutely need a Mushroom or Power Star emblazoned on your microSD, you're gonna pay a premium for it.
Nintendo Switch. Switch and play.
Number 9. Nintendo Switch Online exclusive products. The Nintendo Switch Online program has been one of the most egregious rewards programs we've ever been a part of. One of the reasons for this is because of how many products are locked behind one specific requirement. You must be a Switch Online member in order to buy the product. If you want that wireless N64 controller or a neat Dodo Airlines shirt, you must pay for Switch Online to be given permission to pay for that controller or shirt. We suppose this was the answer to discouraging scalpers from hoarding Nintendo merchandise, but come on. What good are our platinum coins if the only thing we can redeem them for are dumb things like postcards and sticky notes?
Members will also receive special offers. What are they? Check Nintendo.com for more information.
Number 8. A terrible conversion rate for gold coins. While we're on the subject of Nintendo-specific purchases and coins, can we address the massive problem with gold coins? This was simply an awful conversion rate and a dreadful tactic to get people to visit the eShop. Here's an example. Go to the eShop to buy a copy of, say, Metroid Dread to get 300 gold coins added to your My Nintendo rewards. Sounds like a lot, right? So you go and see if there's another game you can grab until you go to checkout and see that those 300 gold coins only knock off $3 off your purchase. That said, the only way gold coins were going to be fruitful to users was if they spent hundreds of dollars, and even then, you're only going to get one free game if you're shooting for a first-party Nintendo title. Number 7. Ignoring proper online integration.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
At the time of this video, you can hop into a Discord call with your friends from almost any platform. Playing on Steam? Open up Discord separately. Playing on a PS5 or Xbox Series X and S? Discord is integrated on both consoles. But Nintendo Switch? Nope. Nintendo wants you to download an app on your phone and hop in a call there. As for Switch 2, well, Nintendo has their own version of Discord that streams at a worse quality than what Discord allows. Oh, and you'll need a Nintendo Switch Online membership to be able to do any of this. Discord is free.
Decide your own rules for a retro game competition. Or hold a sports competition between families.
Number 6. The lack of bundle-in games.
That's the game!
One of the things Nintendo doesn't seem to understand is that Wii Sports has become one of their most iconic games ever. Part of the reason for this is because it came bundled with the Wii, allowing users to start trying out their new console with a small selection of fun games. But since then, Nintendo has not bundled a game in with Wii U, Switch, or even Switch 2. Instead, the company would rather sell tech demos a la carte the same way they'll sell a Mario game. Guys, no one was going to buy 1-2 Switch for $50. According to former Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé in his book Disrupting the Game, Nintendo supposedly does not like the idea of giving away its own software for free, which was evident after he suggested bundling in Wii Sports for the North American market. What do you think made the game memorable to generations, huh?
1-2 Switch!
Number 5. The death of the Virtual Console. Speaking of the Wii, the console had an insanely awesome service with the Wii Shop channel called the Virtual Console, a branch of the store that sold classic Nintendo games at affordable prices. For $10 to $20, you could buy a digital copy of Mario Kart 64, Ocarina of Time, Yoshi's Story, and many others, and the service would carry over into the Wii U and 3DS. Why did it go away? Well, that's because these classics are now being sold as a perk for Nintendo Switch Online. Sure, you can enjoy these titles as a Switch Online member, but even so, some of us would rather buy the games we want to play, especially given the issue in our next entry.
Enjoy playing the games and DLC that Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack offers.
Number 4. Drip-feeding retro titles. There is no denying that the Switch Online service has increased in value over time, but even with all of the SNES, GBA, and N64 classics released so far, there are still several notable titles missing. Where is Donkey Kong 64? Where is Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland? Where is Pokemon Red and Blue or Ruby and Sapphire? Oh, you're giving us Nobunaga's Ambition on SNES this month instead? And the Game Boy versions of Mega Man's 1 through 5? Look, we don't mean to sound ungrateful. There are truly a ton of great games on this service, but there are plenty of titles that would get new members on this service or persuade former members to renew. Number 3. Backwards compatibility failures. For a time, Nintendo was pretty good at supporting games from a previous system. GameCube games could be played on a Wii, Game Boy and Game Boy Color games could run on a Game Boy Advance, and GBA games could run on a DS. Then, DS games could run on a 3DS, but not GBA games because those were being sold on Virtual Console. And now, the Switch 2, you can play some of your Switch games. Since the console's reveal, Nintendo has been a bit dodgy on specifying what they mean by compatible Switch games. From the sound of it, those of you hanging onto your copies of Mario 3D All-Stars may not be able to play those soon. Speaking of which... Number 2. Super Mario 3D All-Stars. This collection was released as a means to celebrate Mario's 35th anniversary, and it allowed Switch players to revisit Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Mario Galaxy. However, Nintendo put a mighty big and strange asterisk on this celebratory package. It would only be available for roughly half a year, being released on September 18, 2020, and delisted the following March. Why Nintendo did this in the first place is anyone's guess, but despite the limited availability, Super Mario 3D All-Stars would manage to sell more than 9 million copies. For those of you with physical copies, they now go for roughly $100 on resale websites.
Leave my mama alone, you bad man. I won't let you take Mama Peach away.
Mama Peach?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The pricing of Switch 2 games.
The Nintendo Switch 2 system can adapt to suit your situation, however you like to play.
Mario Kart World has generated about as much ire as it has hype among audiences. While folks are itching to play the next blockbuster kart racer, its $80 to $90 price tag has inflicted a lot of sticker shock. It was especially mind-boggling when folks took notice of Donkey Kong Bonanza being sold for $70 both digitally and physically. Let's be honest, we all know Mario Kart World is going to sell gangbusters regardless, but really? We're gonna push a near $100 price tag on people?
Mario Kart World! The game launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
What do you think is the greediest move Nintendo has pulled? Let us know down in the comments.